This episode of the Grand Rising Show was brought to you by Autochthonous Assembly, where the real work gets done. Autochthonous Assembly is a gathering of the minds that do the work. Now, for many of our first-time subscribers and first-time visitors, you may be wondering who Autochthonous Assembly are. You can find this information about our mission statement and our core values on the website at autochthonousassembly.com/about. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to raising up Indigenous American voices by using genealogy, also known as family history, or your family tree, which is the study of families and the tracing of their lineages and history. Genealogists use oral interviews, historical records, genetic analysis, and other records to obtain information about a family and to demonstrate kinship and degrees of its members. Our core values are the foundation of our company, which is essential to our success and serve as a lens through which we evaluate every business decision. Those core values are, but are not limited to, integrity, which is knowing and doing what is right; respect, which is treating others the way you want to be treated; responsibility, which is embracing opportunities to contribute; and servant leadership, which is serving the common good. Now, at Autochthonous Assembly, we have a couple of goals here. And our first goal and foremost of the reason why we do everything that we do is to ensure that we help you do your genealogy and connect back to your tribe and find out where you are from. Everything that we do from the standpoint of the Grand Rising Show and all the information that's posted on the website is dedicated to that one specific purpose: helping you find your genealogy, find your relatives, find your family so that you will know exactly who you are. And if you choose to, tie back into your tribe, whether that tribe is a Native American tribe, an American Indian tribe, whether it's allowing you to determine which house in Africa that you belong to, or what clan of Scandinavia or Europe or France that you belong to. Either way, our goal is to do just that: help you find out who you are so you know exactly where to start. We are not here to tell you who you are, and we're not here to tell you who you are not. We're just here to help you discover your beginnings. Another one of our missions is to help you become financially independent so that you can help your generations, or the next 7 generations, and be able to put a stable foundation for you and your relatives. And if you should choose to use this information that we provide free of charge to help not only yourself, but your community and your tribe, then we will do everything in our power to make sure that gets done as well. And remember, our goal here is to make sure that we help you get exposed to this information to put you in the best situation possible. So now what I'm going to do now is return it back over to the panel to see if there was anything I missed, and I will go ahead and get set up so we can get ready and get digging into this information. Panel, take it away.
Peace, 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 everyone.
What's going on? How's everyone doing? I'm about to say Grand Rising, but I didn't do it. Or did I?
Good evening.
I'm going back on mute.
How you doing this
Peace, y'all.
evening?
Peace, y'all.
How's the panel doing? Miss LJ Free, no sellout TMH. How y'all doing this evening?
Anybody doing nothing?
Doing
What's going
wonderful.
on?
Always a pleasure to have any reason to gather. Doing well.
Everyone's doing well.
All right, most of the relatives might be wondering why we came on. We came on this evening to bring a special broadcast on some very important information regarding USDA grants dealing with a lot of the relatives in the islands on the mainland who lost a lot of property or their homes dealing with the storm. Some needed information for those who need relief or have relatives that need relief from the damages of the storm again. This is some information that they can access to use to get the relief that they need. Uh, Before we start going through it, anybody got anything else to say?
Well, man, I always got something to say. I think it's it gets put out because what one of the challenges when you're dealing with situations like this, whether it's in the states, people will go to FEMA for help, and if they're not aware that the USDA already has something, and they don't go through the USDA, then they probably would not get the help that they need because this is public information. Because most people don't know where to go to get this information, then they end up missing out. So I'm glad that you caught this and that you're basically putting it out so people can see it and spread it and share with their relatives.
That's what's up. Anybody else got any feelings towards it? Anything I want to say before we dive in?
I'm just glad that we actually have the ability to keep an eye on these opportunities so that they're not missed out. Because you never know, like who, like really needs it, and even if it's not really needed, you know, should be approved for it or should have access to it. So just to be able to get these tools out to those who need them or who actually qualify for them, I think is monumental. So any step we can take in the direction to rebuild our people, our communities. So I'm just excited that we have this information to even share, and hopefully it will be put to good use and do some good in some communities.
That's what's
And y'all
any,
stole my thunder. Y'all said everything I was about to say. I just, was being polite, letting y'all go first.
so now we got to start the show with you first and end it with you first. I got it. I got it.
No, it's cool. It's cool. On that note, it's cool. It's all right. Yeah, y'all said enough. I'll let y'all have that one. Just that one.
Let's see. Peace to Michael Brown Harris, DJ, Carrie Bay, what it do? Peace to Alpha Jones. I think I mentioned David Corey already.
Peace, everybody.
Well, if everybody ready, we can start. TMH, you said you was breaking it, reading through it.
Yep, I got it pulled up on my screen now. So when y'all ready, I'm ready. You want me to go ahead and put the link in the chat? Or I know I see you got it on the screen, but I can.
Yeah, you can drop it back in the chat. Yeah.
All right.
The link in it, and it'll be the one that TMH is dropping now for everyone.
All right. So this is coming from the USDA.gov site. It was actually rd.usda.gov, and you can actually sign up to get information from the site. All you have to do is go on the site and register, so you'll be able to get these updates as well.
Over 20 emails a day.
So there you go. So it starts out reading Rural Development Disaster Assistance. FEMA is organizing all emergency housing and shelter assistance for these impacted by the natural disaster. You may contact FEMA at 800-621-3362. FEMA or TTY 800-462-7585 for potential additional assistance or at www.disasterassistance.gov. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and copy that link and put it in there too.
Yeah, and those who can't copy it from the chat, if you're signed up on the form, the links are on the form and in the USDA program section.
All right. So
I just posted the forum link, I believe. It was a forum link.
all right. So this is talking about the single family housing. It says for housing loan borrowers, what is available to assist you if you have been impacted by a disaster and have a rural development single family housing direct loan? That means an RD, single family housing direct loan. It says a moratorium if you have excessive non-reimbursed expenses resulting from damage to your property, non-reimbursed medical expenses, or have lost your job as a result of the disaster, you may be eligible for a moratorium for up to 180 days where you are not required to make your house payment. Insured losses, if your property is damaged, please contact us to obtain a claims package that will explain how to work with your insurance agency in RD to process your claim. Payment assistance, if your income has been reduced by more than 10% and will be for the foreseeable future, you may be eligible for payment assistance or an increase in the assistance that you currently receive. To request loan assistance, servicing assistance, contact the customer service center at 800-414-12226. Or for those that are hearing impaired, 800-438-1832. Now that you can hear me. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. Email inquiries, RD questions at stl.usda.gov. Please have your account number or social security number available when you call or write. Or you can write them at USDA Rural Development, CSC, Post Office Box 66889, St. Louis, Missouri 63166. So do not hesitate to contact your local RD state office by mail or telephone if you have questions. What is available to assist you if you have been impacted by a disaster and have a rural development RD single family housing guaranteed loan? Guaranteed loan borrowers in rural development areas that have been impacted by natural disaster should immediately contact your lender. Your lender will work closely with you on alleviating all matters regarding your situation. File an insurance claim. Apply for direct assistance that may be available through FEMA or state or local government. FEMA can be contacted at 861-3362. For non-borrowers, FEMA assistance, if you encounter circumstances where your personal insurance will not cover damage from the disaster, you may contact FEMA at 800-621-3362, or for potential assistance, the website that we just dropped, www.disasterassistance.gov. For those in the multi-family housing loan borrowers, for those having multifamily housing property owners, to be eligible for special servicing tools while their properties are being repaired. To request loan service assistance, contact multiple family housing specialists in your local state office, and they give you the link for the state office. Community facilities loan borrowers. Community facilities program borrowers who are impacted by the natural disaster may be eligible for assistance to recover from financial hardship and minimize the potential for delinquency or liquidation by exploring various servicing options. The program specialist in your local state office for more information. Now we go into community facilities grants. Availability of the Disaster Relief Act 2019 Grant Fund. Supplemental appropriations for Disaster Relief Act of 2019, Public Law 116-20, dated June 6, 2019, provides a Rural Housing Services CF program, which is $150 million in supplemental grant funding, or of which $150 million is available for eligible CF applicants and eligible CF projects related to the consequences of hurricanes Michael and Florence and wildfires occurring in calendar year 2018, tornadoes and floods occurring in calendar year 2019, and other natural disasters. The grant funds will be administered in accordance with the notice of funds available. And that date is 09/10/2019. Projects must be located in an area with a major disaster declaration as described in the NOFA. Please contact community program specialists in your local state office for more information. And it says for business owners, for additional resources, we are pleased to partner with the Small Business Administration. And here's the website. I'll put that in the link as well. And it says for emergency community water assistance grants, rural communities of 10,000 or fewer people that have suffered a significant decline in quantity or quality of drinking water may be eligible for emergency community water assistance grant. For details, contact water program specialists in your local state office. So what you'd want to do in that instance, if you are have any family members that are in a community where you have 10,000 or fewer people in that area, where you've suffered significant decline in quality or quantity of water, that means you can contact your state office through the USDA. Then you have letters to USDA homeowners impacted by hurricanes. So there are letters for people for Hurricane Florence, for Hurricane Michael, tornado letters for Alabama, flood letters for Iowa, flood letters for Nebraska, and we care letters. So things eligible and available for those. So if you would just go ahead, for those of you who have family members or know of individuals that were in these disaster hit areas, and for those that have been either in or close to disaster hit areas from 2018, also send them this link. I think that's all, Bo.
Alrighty. Like we said again, there's a lot of programs that's set up that can benefit us, but it does us no good if we don't apply them. And a lot of us personally might not be affected by the damages of the storm, but guaranteed a lot of us either know somebody who knows somebody or have personal family members that have been affected. So let's start accessing these programs so when these situations happen, we're not getting pushed back down to the bottom of the barrel and trying to struggle to get back up. You know, that's just my thoughts on them. And it's another thing of showing that there are solutions here, so people don't have to resort to the worst of the worst just to get by through the day. I mean, any other thoughts?
No, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. It doesn't do us any good to be able to have access to this information and to these programs if we don't use them. And not only that, you know, like I spoke on earlier, it's easy to sit back and point out situations and talk about being first. Well, be first to offer a solution. And it's not the only solution, but it is one. So as we continue to start promoting solutions, and when I say we, I mean us people on YouTube that actually show videos and have content. As we start putting out content that have solutions, what you'll find is there will be more solutions available. And there'll be more people doing it, which means there'll be more resources. But as long as no one is doing anything, those resources will appear to be scarce. The more we expose this information, the more people we will help, the more information we will receive. That's the way it is, and that's the way it has always been. And for those of you that don't want to bang your chest and be first to put out some solutions. I relinquish the mic.
And also, property is an investment. So, you know, don't look at it like, oh, it's just a little bit of damage, and no, it's not that bad. Like, if you qualify for the funding, definitely apply to the funding and then use it. And like that helps in terms of like your property value. So don't feel like, oh, I don't want to bother anybody. We pay into the system constantly with our tax dollars. So they're there. The different pots of money and whatnot is there to when it's necessary or when it's needed. So I just encourage you to access what is available to you. Because again, we have to be looking forward for the next 7 generations. You want to make your next move your best move in everything you do.
I mean, correct. Sorry about that. As we doing the show, somebody popped up and asked me questions about it. Ain't that something?
All right, now, Tifton, I'm gonna need y'all to listen as the show is going on. Let us clear out first.
Watch the screen. But no, I'm playing. I love it.
Mayor Tifton is coming up. I know you don't want to hear, but watch. Give it time. I ain't want to hear that.
That was yeah. I was trying to say something
like,
and muted at the wrong time.
Like, They need scary bait right now. One of the hardest working men I know.
So that's basically it, relatives. Just came on real quick to release this information and ask that the relatives push it on to anyone that you know that might need it, especially your family members. And remember, this is one of many solutions to help us out our situations. So we're not gonna hold up too many everyone's time this evening. Anything anyone else want to say to the relatives before we call it?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
Much love to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Much appreciation for showing up once again. See y'all on the horizon.
So on that note, we appreciate you taking time out your day to receive the information. And until we see everyone in the Rising for the Grand Rising Show, peace.
Peace and love, everyone.
Peace, y'all.